This is what we usually do.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I've never done this in my life, but this is what I think I would do.
So, when is the right time to raise your prices? We've talked about pricing before. We did a whole episode on it, but specifically today, we want to talk about how do you know when you can raise your prices? And there's a bunch of factors that go into this, but we're going to talk about different times when you can, really start to raise those prices, and also maybe times when you should dial it back if you have a specific type of photo or video shoot that you're offering and you want to go for more volume. Nick's going to talk about that, when you can kind of dial it back a little bit. But kind of wanted to kick it off with, how do you know when you can raise your price? And for me, this started in the wedding video industry specifically. I had done wedding videos before I started this business, and I think that the first few weddings you shoot, you're kind of like just trying to survive. Like, it's stressful.
Yeah, no, the first couple, totally just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
This is more so for when you're actually established.
Yes. And one thing that I wish I did in the beginning was I wish I second shot more. I kind of like dove into it head first because a coworker of mine at the job that I was working at asked me to do her wedding.
Wait, was your first wedding that you shot by yourself your first wedding ever, or did you ever second shoot before that?
I second shot for photographer, I'm sorry.
Oh.
A professor, yeah.
But your first video shoot was your first one?
Yes.
Wow.
It was for a coworker at my first job out of college, and she approached me about it, and I was like, oh my God, like I've never done this before. I would love to, but just so you know, I was very open about it. I was like, I've never done this before. She was like, it's totally cool.
That would terrify me.
Yeah, it was scary. It was definitely scary. And looking back on it, like I shot log for that. So crazy. Wild move. First wedding ever.
Oh, God.
Shooting log. Didn't know how to call it. It actually came out pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like better than I would have thought. I did it and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. This is awesome. And I did a couple more. And then it wasn't until I think 2024 when I really, started shooting weddings on my own, under my own name, new company, new brand, all that. And I made the switch from Canon to Sony. And
after some influence.
After bullying. After some bullying.
Someone or certain people.
Certain people. Two people mainly. Aiden. Our previous guest. But I'm so glad that I made that switch. And I really think that was the turning point for me. It wasn't only because I had switched to Sony. It was also because I think I finally got comfortable shooting weddings. And we've talked about this before, but I shoot a lot of my weddings by myself.
Right.
I can certainly do packages with two videographers. That's when I'll bring in you or my friend Kaylee or Aiden or someone. But I do most of my weddings by myself, and I got really comfortable with it, and I really loved it. Like I think at first when you're doing something new, it can be really scary and stressful, but then as soon as you get comfortable, you're going to be able to decide whether or not you like doing that specific thing. And I decided I really liked it. And there was one wedding video in particular where it came out so good, and as I was watching it back when I finished it, it like made me feel something. It like made me emotional. And that's when I was like, ooh, like this is really good. Like, and you can kind of compare it to other people in the industry. And I was like, wow, this is really nice. Like, it's beautiful. It's like emotional and all the things. And that's when I said, I should raise my prices, because I think I was charging like $2,300, $2,500 at that time. And I was not up with the industry standard, not even close. Like we were talking off the mic, most photographers now charge like a minimum of $4,000. And I'm still not not like as high as a lot of photographers out there with my pricing, but I got really comfortable. I loved it. I was getting amazing feedback from my couples, and I knew I was capable, and I knew that the value of my work was a lot higher than what I was charging. So that's when I started to raise my prices. I was also not getting any no's. Like every wedding inquiry that came in, I was sending my pricing and they were saying yes. We've talked about that before. That's probably a sign that you can increase your pricing. And I kind of started to apply that to my commercial clients too. But that was like really the moment where I was like, I can raise my prices.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess I've never thought of it as actively as how it happened for you, but I definitely agree with that. I think it's comes down to just confidence in what you know you're capable of. And I feel like since I've been doing this for a while, I have gotten confident in my, technical camera abilities that I know humbly that I can
No pun intended.
that I can produce really good looking visuals.
Yes.
So I'm not worried in that regard at all. So I'm like I thought, okay, if I am able to produce stuff at a certain level, I am not afraid to ask for this amount of money because I know it looks good.
Yep. Yeah, that's huge. Confidence is huge. And confidence comes from repetition and just doing it over and over and over and over again until you're happy with the result. And it took me a while to find my style. That's the other thing is with something like wedding videography, you do want to have a particular style.
For sure. Yeah.
You want to lean into something that is either like documentary, maybe more traditional cinematic. I kind of land in between. I call it a very candid approach to it. I'm not like out here getting the most cinematic, dreamy footage. Sure, I'm like posing my couples and doing portraits and all of those things, but I'm not trying to be in their face the whole day. I really try to like take a step back and capture the day as it unfolds. My camera's pointing at things that they might not see throughout the day, the couple, because they're busy, chatting with people or, hopefully having like the best day ever. But I really try to sneak those little moments in there that they don't see so that they can watch it back and be like, oh my gosh, like grandma was getting down on the dance floor. Like that's one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
I also love to sneak a blooper reel in there if it is possible. People really appreciate that. So that's what I mean when I say candid. I try to like be a fly on the wall, which I don't know if I don't know. Is that documentary? Like, I don't really know.
No, because we say, I guess we might say it a little less nowadays, but we used to say the phrase fly on the wall.
Okay.
And I don't classify us as documentary.
Okay.
I think documentary is like a completely different thing. I think it's...
Well, it's like interviews and like a lot more talking, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if the interview stuff is documentary either.
Oh.
I honestly don't know.
Because when I think documentary, I think it's like heavy on audio.
I agree, but I also feel like they're like recording way more than we are.
Yes.
We do. Like they're essentially always recording.
Like Justin Porter comes to mind when I think of documentary.
See, I know who he is, and I've watched his stuff more on social media. I feel like I haven't actually sat down and watched many of his actual films. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know what he calls himself.
I don't either.
I mean, he does a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
Like true interviews. He lights them and mics
Sets
everybody
them
up.
It's a
which
whole
I admire.
thing. And he has many team members to do it. That's the other
I
thing.
think he brings like at least 2 people every time.
I can't even imagine what it like costs and like the manpower it takes to get that done. But I think that kind of stuff is so cool.
He's the reason I ended up getting the headsets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've known about them for a while, but after watching more of him, I was like, you know what? Like, that's exactly what I would use them for. I'm just going to get them.
Yep. I like it. I think it's a cool style.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I mean, not to get off the topic here, but I do think that interviewee type style is, I don't know. I'm not even going to say more advanced. It's just like a...
It is.
I guess you could say that.
Like that's got to be 5 figures minimum for that kind of a wedding video.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because you have so many people you need to pay on your team and like all that.
A lot of people would
stuff.
half-ass that though. Like he would bring like, I would bring full lights too. Like he lights everything and mics 10 plus people up.
If you're going to do something like that, you got to go hard.
Because we've been asked before. Actually, one of our recent inquiries was to, like, do you guys interview people? And we're like, normally no, but if you want us to, we're not opposed to. Like, we will upon request.
Yes, I've done one like that.
We did one. The first one we ever did like that was one of our early ones.
Me too.
And I
think mine was in 2023.
Very run and gun. It was like during cocktail hour, like, hey, you, answer this question.
Yes, same.
If I did it again, I would be more like
intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would probably bring an actual light and like tell them. I wouldn't go to them. I would ask them to come to me.
Yeah.
Come stand under my light and say these lines.
Exactly.
Say this answer.
Yep. So yeah, finding your style is important.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking.
That's how we got here.
I was like, I totally forgot what we were talking about.
No, it's still on topic, kind of. But no, finding your style because
we're talking about money.
Exactly. Like the documentary style is going to cost more.
Right.
You know, it's a whole thing. So finding your style is big. But yeah, that's how I knew when to raise my prices is when do you see the quality go up significantly? Are you learning new things? Are you implementing new editing styles? Are you so comfortable with your camera that it's like night and day and the color grading's on point and all of these things go into it? But mostly it is what you said. It's confidence.
We'll get away from the wedding world in a second. But one extra thing here I want to say is I also am a believer for the wedding industry, at least. Maybe not every vendor, but at least the creative people. I think their prices should increase every single year.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And
some
it doesn't
people have to be dramatic.
Some disagree that maybe like, oh, it was a slow year last year. Let's just keep it at the same prices. I'm like, screw that. It's a new year. Raise them.
Yeah, because now I'm booking 2027 weddings. I did a small increase for 2027. So now my packages, it says 2026 and 2027 because I'm still getting some inquiries for 2026 weddings, but there's a small increase in there to account for like a new year.
Yeah, I guess that's something maybe I should start doing more of. Like, I don't think we don't have something that says 2026 and 2027. Right now our price. They could book for next month. They could book for next year.
Okay.
Obviously I would rather it not be like 2 years out, and we might have a cap. I kind of forget. So I'm not gonna be happy about that. But
oh, like how soon they can book it? Like if they wanted to book you in 2029, you'd be like, nah.
Yeah,
I would not do that
I personally
either.
wouldn't do it. No.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm like,
either.
no, my prices are probably gonna be like $3,000 extra by then. Like,
yeah.
Who knows what I'm gonna be charging in 2029?
Most people are not thinking that far ahead, anyways. But
I would tell them, talk to me in 2028.
Yeah.
If you guys are still together.
Exactly. I know. I feel like the perfect sweet spot for booking vendors is like a year to a year and a few months out.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think most fall under that rough range.
Because if you start to go less than a year out and you're reaching out to vendors, they might not be available. Like I was getting inquiries last year for 2026 weddings, and I'm pretty booked up. I have like 13 weddings this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was having to turn people away because I wasn't available. So.
Because you only had a handful last year. So.
Yes. I only had like
huge
4.
increase.
Yeah. Which is good. Which shows, the marketing that I was doing worked. I was posting a lot of, videos and stuff, and it worked out. So it's good. I'm excited. It's gonna be busy.
I gotta get my wedding ads up.
Yes, because this is the time when people are booking too.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. You'll
get them.
We're still okay.
You'll get them.
And
sure.
I'm not opposed to doing one that's like last minute either.
Yeah,
it can't be
Same.
like last minute. But if someone books me and they're like, oh, are you available in like 3 months from now? I'm like, sure.
Yeah, agreed. Me too.
I don't really need much info. It's like we talk once, twice. I got everything I need.
Yes. I definitely need to talk to people on the phone first before booking to make sure it's like a good fit.
I know we require a Zoom call.
Yes.
Like it has to be a video call.
Yes. Smart. Very smart.
Normally we have to talk to the couple themselves, not the parents, not the planner, the couple. They can be there, but we need to talk to the couple.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. So yeah, that's when I knew I wanted to raise my prices.
Right. And you also mentioned you've kind of glazed over it, but just God, what was it? I know you said it. Oh, when you get too many yeses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because
That's just another indicator.
Yeah, if you're sending your pricing out and everyone that requested it is saying yes, your go, that usually means you can increase.
Yeah.
How much to increase? That's
Okay.
tough.
Yeah. So
that's tough.
That is something people probably want answers to, though.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to tell anyone that there's like a percentage increase or anything like that. Like, I'm never that technical.
Yeah, me
with
either.
pricing. I don't even know how to explain it. If there's no rhyme or reason for me personally, which is not good. It's more just the feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like this is right. It coincides with what I believe industry standards are.
Mm-hmm.
It matches my capabilities of what I can produce.
Yes.
I think I can charge this much. And that goes both ways for weddings and all the other corporate commercial stuff.
Agreed. And I think, I mentioned earlier, my prices for wedding videos are significantly lower sometimes than even some photographers charge. But part of the reason why I keep it so low is like, I kind of like the fact that I'm relatively affordable for, I would argue, like many couples. And it's also just me filming, so I don't have to pay for another person to shoot. I'm usually editing all the wedding videos that I film, so it's not as high of a cost. So I'm able to keep that cost down because it's just me. But if someone wants a more comprehensive wedding video, and if you are bringing a second shooter onto your team, you need to account for that money.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, to flow a little out in the wedding world, but also I'm staying in it a little bit. I'm kind of doing the opposite in wedding world versus the rest of the work I do.
Mm-hmm.
So with wedding stuff, I've positioned my wedding brand as like a luxury item, and like we are, closer to the 5-figure range so it's definitely, not affordable to everybody. And I acknowledge that, but we want, I guess, fewer weddings, but at the higher ticket item.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would still take 10 to 15 weddings, but 15 weddings at this price versus 15 weddings at my old price is still way more.
Mm-hmm.
So with the weddings, I'm doing it that way. I'm essentially doing the exact opposite for the corporate commercial type of work. I'm doing I don't know if you want to call it like the Walmart method is something I've said before, but like the volume game. So instead of having a high ticket item and only getting a few, I've actually lowered a rate to be more applicable and more accessible to a larger group of people. So then the hope is, since it's more affordable and more, it can please more people, more people will sign up for it. Mm-hmm. So we will get more volume. And so instead of 3 of these people at X amount, it would be 15 people at X amount.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess we should pride ourselves in transparency here. So I will say in real numbers because I honestly don't care too much. So we have basically created this new offer. It's a retainer model still, and it's hovering around organic content and what we're calling amplified reach. So basically, I have 2 tiers of it at $2,200 and like $2,600 a month. So in my opinion, and I mean, again, this is for where we live. It could be different wherever you are, but in my opinion, this price range is very affordable to at least my target audience. The businesses, the size of business that I'm going after should be able to afford this in the blink of an eye.
Yes.
And if price is a problem for them, then that is a clear sign that it is not the right fit.
Yeah.
Because this should not be a giant expense for them. Mm-hmm. So the hope is I just get a ton of people to sign up for this new offer, and I'm able to scale it that way because I'm not managing anything for these clients. I don't need to be super, super involved with every single one of them. I mean, we still have to go shoot with them, but that's pretty much it. You shoot, you edit, you're done. Whereas other people, say running ads and things like that, have to be essentially in constant communication to ensure that things are working, managing the ads themselves, things like that. We aren't doing that, which saves me time selfishly and opens the door to scale more than other people would, because all I need to scale is people to help me shoot.
Yes.
So, because that's the only thing I'm doing, going out to shoot stuff, coming back to edit. So if I can't do it all myself, I don't need to hire other ad managers, which are hard to find. I just need to hire other videographers, which are much easier to find.
Yes. Yep. I think it's really smart. And I think you're right in saying most people should be able to afford that. The people you're looking for, the people you want to work with will value that.
Yeah.
And will understand the value of it. And also it's repeatable, right? So you're creating a process for that.
Yeah. And I mean, this has to do with pricing, has to do with other stuff we've talked about in the past, like productizing. It's essentially we have this one offer and that is kind of it. If someone came to me for something else, obviously, yeah, I will do that. But, you know, I'm running promotions for this offer. So when people come to me through that promotion, all I'm pitching them is the offer. And it's essentially, do you take it or leave it? And even just yesterday, the guy straight up told us, yeah, the price was not a problem. So I know that this price shouldn't be a problem for many people, at least the people I want to do business with. So yeah, in those cases, when it's like a specific type of offer or you're doing this volume game that I'm trying to do here, lowering your prices might not be the worst thing in the world. Because to play that game, you need to be affordable. That's why Walmart works.
Yes. Yes. Totally agree. And I like that you're keeping the door open for other stuff too.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm only pitching that for the people that come to me through the promotion, through the ad. But if anyone else came to me outside of this, like I recently did like corporate headshots, brand story videos type stuff. That is a completely different story.
Yes.
They're not here for the ad. They're not here for this retainer offer. So maybe I'll show it to them later, but they're here for something else. I will price that accordingly.
Yep.
And that's still usually fully just custom. But I will actually, another pricing example to give is the headshot thing. So like I've never done headshots ever, at least for a large group of people. I've done like maybe just 1 or 2 people at a time at most. But this was supposed to be for a company of 40 people. So I, like many listeners, I didn't know what to price because I've never done this before. This was also a fake it till you make it type of situation.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because I was like...
It's real.
It was actually a referral. So I was like, a referral from someone I didn't even know. It was someone I know, their friend needed someone. And then the guy I know said to talk to me.
Nice.
So the person I was actually talking to was like, no idea who you are, but he thinks I'm good at headshots.
I love that.
So I just need to pretend like I am.
And you know all of the things that you need to do for headshots.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't do them doesn't mean you don't know how to do them.
So then he set me up with the client. I talked to them. Also live on the call, totally just faking everything. Like she was asking me about what do I normally do for the process, and I was like, oh, let me just pull something out of my ass here. So this is what we usually do.
Oh my god!
I'm like, oh, I've never done this in my life, but this is what I think I would do.
Oh my god! Your setup looks great though.
We made it as official looking as possible. Like not that tethering is hard, but we set up the tethering system with our laptop so we could make sure we could monitor, and then we mounted an iPad so they could see themselves as well.
Smart.
So it was super, super helpful because we would refer to it and be like, are you happy with those? And shuffle through, they'd look at the iPad and they were like, yeah, I look fine.
I know.
Normally it was like so many people hated looking at themselves.
I know, people hate it.
It was kind of funny.
Sometimes I'll ask, like, do you want to see it? They'll be like, no. Most of the time they say no. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
they're like, oh God, that's what I look like.
I know, we're way too hard on ourselves.
And I'm like, dude, you look fine. But yeah, so in that sense, since I again, clearly had no idea what I was doing, but it was simple enough that I was like, I should be fine. I asked people, and I also asked ChatGPT, which I'm trusting more and more in terms of its
Super helpful.
accuracy.
As long as you tell them like around what you normally price, they usually come up with a very good number.
I was specific. I said, like, thinking about the Boston area specifically,
Yes.
for that like region's pricing. And it was telling me that, I mean, anyone out there who does corporate headshots, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was telling me in the greater Boston area, you could easily do anywhere from $150 to $300 per person. And that blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I'm usually like, for a group, I'm around like $40 to $50
You could
for a
easily
group
double
pricing. Yeah. Yeah.
that. So since it was like 150 to whatever, I was like, that is low-key a lot of money, and it's not going to be that much work. But since it was my first time, I decided to go the lower end to play it safe. I was like, let me just do 100 per person. And still, this seems crazy to ask someone. Let me just see if they bite. So then on that, I only had one call with this client. Live on the call, I told her, I said, this is what we usually price. Some BS like that. And she was like, okay. And I was like, okay.
Yep.
And fortunately, that part of the call happened like early on. So like we got the pricing stuff out of the way right off the bat. And then we just started talking details. And I was like, great. We just closed on call. Here, we're done.
That's awesome.
So now I know anywhere in this greater Boston area, I could probably easily get away with at least $100 per person.
Yep.
Which I think minimum would be like 3,000, because I probably wouldn't even want to do a group less than 30. I think that's small.
Yeah.
But
and then you can give a group rate too.
So
if it's
we
like
did,
over, yeah.
we made these like tiers afterwards once we figured out how to do it. It's like, I think below 30 was this much, and like 30 to 50 was this much, 50 to 80 was this much, 80 plus is like ask for
Perfect.
custom, because like
Perfect.
I don't really feel like doing anything more than that. And like the
Yeah.
higher they get, the cheaper it would be.
Yep.
So it's like if someone does 35 people, that would probably be like 150 per person or something. But if they did like 70 people, that might be like 85.
Yeah.
Because that's still a shit ton of money.
I think that's perfect. And I have a conference coming up that I did last year. It's a 2-day, technically it's 3 days, but they have me come for 2 days and do 2 days of headshots. I literally stand there and people can sign up and come get a headshot. And I am charging, I think, around $5,000 for 2 days. Because it's going to be like this conference gets like hundreds of people. So last year I got a ton of people, and it's a lot of editing. That's the thing about headshots. It is a ton of editing. I
it's
take
not
my
that
time.
bad though.
Oh, it takes time for me.
Because when you tether, you can burn and edit in.
Ah, really?
So like
but can you retouch? You burn the retouch in?
No.
Okay.
So like, yeah, the base layer of the edit is there. So like,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do that
it looks
too.
pretty good.
But it also takes time to cull through all those pictures and pick the best ones too.
Yeah, you could flag them live, which I probably should have done, but I think there's definitely efficient ways to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, clearly not an expert here. I did it once,
It's a good gig though.
but
It's a good gig.
I want to
like
do
doing
more.
headshots.
So, but that's just an example of how I approached the pricing problem.
Yep.
Because I didn't know what to charge.
Yep. It's not easy. It's not easy. So we wanted to just go specific into that because we both had instances recently where we've lowered prices and just kind of talk about that a little bit. So let us know if you have any questions, and feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, follow us on Spotify. We're on YouTube, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.